Hello, I'm June Edwards, and this is Senior Topics for the first complete week of September. And this is a week of deep, deep significance to us. There's a lot going on this week. So, you know what? I think we should just get right to it, okay? All right, so we're starting today with the 5th of September, looking at our calendar themes. And September 5th is National Cheese Pizza Day. It's also in 1774 when we had our first Continental Congress meeting. And that was significant because before then we were a very unattached group of colonies, everybody doing their own thing. And some people could argue whether it's better now that we are a strong national country or should we be more just regional divisions. But that's a story for a different day. All right, let's look at September 6th. It's Read a Book Day. And I don't know about you, but one of the very best ways to keep our brains sharp is to sit down with a good book, whether it's a mystery, a thriller, a good cookbook, a warm romance, whatever it is that you enjoy reading, stories with your grandchildren or great grandchildren. It's just wonderful to be able to read and share that with others. On this date, September 6th, in 1620, the Pilgrims finally successfully sailed from Plymouth, England, and made it over to our East Coast, ready to start a new country. There's a couple other things that the 6th is known for: National Coffee Ice Cream Day, National Labor Day, in honor of all the many, many people who have been doing fine work, the people driving trucks, the baggage handlers at airports, the grocery store workers, police, firemen, everybody. And that includes a lot of us who worked for many, many years so faithfully at many different jobs: teachers, lawyers, professors, business people, and much, much more. It is usually held, Labor Day, on the first Monday in September. And it is traditionally marked the ending of summer, although in Southern California, we're going to have hot weather for a few more months. And boy, has it been hot. But we're used to it. We love it, or we probably wouldn't be living here. September 7th, National Grandparents' Day. This is a day to celebrate your grandparents, to acknowledge them, whether they're living or not living. Think about all the contributions from your grandfathers and grandmothers, and I say plural because obviously you had one from your mother's side and your father's side, and the heritage that they gave to you and that you can pass down to your children and grandchildren. And if you don't have children, you can just pass them on to others, to friends, relatives, acquaintances. On September 7th, in 1860, a lady was born who would become very famous in her senior years. We call her Grandma Moses. She began painting in her 60s. Didn't even know that she really had that in her, but she raised her family first and then some, and then became a famous painter. And it didn't take her that long to reach her fame, but I'm so glad that she took up the brush and was willing to try something new. September 8th is International Literacy Day. And also in 1157, King Richard the Lion-Hearted, one of the fabled leaders from the English kings, was born. Also, on September 9th, Teddy Bear Day. And the teddy bear was a lovable little bear that you could cuddle, but it was named after Teddy Roosevelt, who was a hunter, an explorer, and a big bear of a man. Also on the 9th, it is the birthday of California as a state. We became the first, the 31st state in 1850, shortly after the gold rush had swelled up the population. People didn't just come and dig for gold, they stuck around because they loved the weather. They loved the beauty of our state. Excuse me a minute. Excuse me. Okay. September 10th, Swap Good Ideas Day. And also in 1846, on September 10th, Elias Howe patented the sewing machine. September 11th is Patriots Day. It is the 20th anniversary of the attack by terrorists on the World Trade Center towers, Twin Towers, in New York City. Today, we have rebuilt bigger and better, and we have 7 towers, and we are going to talk about that more in a few minutes. In 1862, on the 11th, O. Henry, a famous short story writer, was born. And that's enough for one week. Boy, that's more than enough. You know, we talked about the birthday of Los Angeles on September 4th last week. And now this week, September 9th, our state, California, and there's so much to celebrate in our great state. We always talk about things we see that need improvement, but today we're going to talk about a lot of the things that are great about the state. Encourage us a little bit. Also in September, the first week was Child Accident Prevention Week. Talked about National Grandparents Site, which is always the first Sunday after Labor Day, Native American Day, Hispanic Heritage Week, which will be the second week, Constitution Week, and National Flower Week. And some of the flowers are just gorgeous. Other areas have lost their flowers or are beginning to, and starting to get some colorful leaves. We have colorful flowers year round. September is also National Good Manners Month, National Hat Month, Honey Month, you like a little spoonful of honey, National Sewing Month, and Read a New Book Month. All wonderful, wonderful things to remember. Now we're going to look at water. And you know, water is very, very important for our health. And I found some reasons why we need to drink up, especially in the heat. It's common to hear that water is essential to your health, but did you ever wonder, why is water so important? Well, it flushes out waste from your body. It regulates your body temperature. And I think one of the other important things is it helps your brain to function. And because this is a brain health awareness class, we always want to be aware of what we can do to keep our brains ticking and keep them keeping on as long as possible. Most of our water we get from drinking beverages, especially have a glass of water, because you know, coffee and tea, don't know so much about sodas, but coffee and tea are dehydrates and they take away from the water. But just a glass of water, you can have it with ice, without. And if you're starting to feel thirsty, then you are way past the time where you need water. Although with seniors, we lose the ability to know just how thirsty and how much water we need. So for us, we have to make a mental decision just to keep drinking our 6 to 8 glasses a day. Well, number one, it helps to create saliva. And saliva has a small amounts of electrolytes, mucus, and enzymes, and breaks down solid food and keeps our mouths healthy. Number two, it regulates our body temperature. We start losing water through sweat and physical activity and in our hot environment. Sweat keeps our body cool, but our body temperature will rise if we don't replenish it. And you want to avoid dehydration, feeling dizzy, feeling lightheaded, and fainting. Number 3, water protects your tissues, your spinal cord, and your joints. It helps lubricate your joints. This is something I learned. If you have arthritis, it can help you enjoy physical activity and lessen discomfort caused by things like arthritis. So especially if you're in an exercise class, be sure to have some bottled water nearby because you're going to need it. Number 4, it helps excrete waste through your bathroom functions and through sweating. And if you want to stay healthy, you have to drink more water. Number 5, it helps maximize your physical performance. Athletes may perspire up to 6 or 10% of their body weight. Now, we probably won't do that, but it does affect our strength, the amount of power and endurance that we have. So you have to have enough water. If you don't drink enough water, you can develop serious medical conditions like decreased blood pressure and hypothermia. Can cause seizures and even death. So, better have some more water while we're talking about it. It helps prevent constipation. It aids in your digestion. It will help you not have that stomach acid that a lot of older people seem plagued with. The body adapts to changes in the consistency of food and stomach contents, and what you want to do is have a really effective digestion, and water certainly helps. It helps with absorbing nutrients, dissolving vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients from your food and delivering them to the rest of your body to be used. Water can help you lose weight. Drinking more water while dieting and exercising can help you lose extra pounds, can help you feel fuller when you want that second piece of chocolate. Boy, that's something I work on. It improves blood oxygen circulation and gets that oxygen not only all the way to your toes and fingernails, but all the way up into your brain cells. It helps fight off illness. It can help lower the chance of kidney stones, constipation, asthma, urinary tract infections, or hypertension. Wow. Water aids in your cognitive function. That's how you think. Research indicates that not drinking enough water can affect your focus, alertness, and short-term memory. It helps improve your mood. If you're with a grouchy friend, offer them a glass of water, and it should help them. It also can help release anxiety. It helps keep your skin bright and hydrated. It promotes collagen, which helps plump up the skin, get rid of some of those wrinkles in a really cheap way just by drinking water. Well, how much should you drink for men? Each day, 15.5 cups, and you space it throughout the day. So if you're having, by breakfast, if you've had a couple cups of water, or a glass is this size is like 2 cups, and then by lunch, by dinner, and by bedtime. Probably want to do most of it before 6 or 7 at night, so you don't wake up and use the restroom too much. For women, they say 11 cups of water. And 20% of that 20% comes from food. So you don't have to drink it all. If you're getting 20%, then that's a few less cups that you have to drink each day. Well, let's move on now to our state's birthday. You don't hear much about it in the news, even on some of the bigger ones like the 50th, the 100th, all of those. They used to have these great big celebrations, and Southern Californians are so busy out there enjoying the weather and going here and going there that sometimes we forget about celebrating our state. I'm going to divide this section and cover different parts throughout the birthday month of September. This week, I'm going to cover some interesting facts about the geography. Mount Whitney is the highest point in the lower 48 United States. Within 100 miles of Mount Whitney, of course, is in Death Valley, which is 282 feet below sea level. Alpine County, south of Lake Tahoe, is the 8th smallest of California's 58 counties. It has no high schools, ATMs, dentists, banks, or traffic lights. And totaling nearly 3 million acres, San Bernardino County is the largest in size. It's actually the largest county in the entire United States, and Los Angeles is right behind it as a large county. San Francisco Bay is considered the world's largest landlocked harbor, and California is bigger in size than 85 of the smallest nations in the world. The most extensive system of caves and passageways is California Caverns, winding underneath the California foothills of the state. And the area around Geyserville, which is just north of San Francisco, is the largest geothermal area in the world. Mount Shasta at 14,000 feet is the tallest volcano in California and the second highest in the country. Portions of Mount Lassen in Northern California still resemble an active volcano with boiling mud pots, hot springs, and steam still rising from the side of the mountain. And Mount Lassen last erupted just about 100 years ago with a 7-mile high plume of ash. We have the most diverse environment on the planet. In the middle of summer, Point Reyes is the coolest place in the continental United States. Death Valley is the hottest, driest place, reaches over 125 degrees during the summer months. In 1925, a giant sequoia tree in California's Kings Canyons National Park was named the nation's national Christmas tree, and it's over 300 feet tall. Inyo National Forest is home to the bristlecone pine, the oldest living tree species. Some of those gnarled trees are thought to be over 4,800 years old. And the California redwood is another prehistoric tree. And of course, the redwood is the official tree for the state of California. It's also the world's tallest tree, growing up to almost 400 feet. Also, 60% of the world's tallest trees can be viewed along a 31-mile highway called Avenue of the Giants. Much of our land has been cleared for housing and agriculture, but because of reforestation practices, our California forests are nearly as large as 100 years ago. But we do need a better way of clearing the brush and thinning out our forests to help stop so much of the drastic burning that has been taking place the last several summers, actually year-round almost. Okay, I want to move on now to a very serious subject. Excuse me. that is how we're honoring September 11th, Patriots Day, this Saturday. Here from the, here's a picture from the new museum, the Memorial Museum, which is open on the site of the former World Trade Twin Towers. And this picture I'm going to show you is giant rusting steel gliders that loom over the stairwell. And it's a visual reminder of the scale of the horror that happened 20 years ago. There's a picture of it. They've got it enclosed in a new memorial, national memorial. After more than a decade of wrangling about style and funding, the opening of the museum took place in 2016, and it was a major milestone in the rebuilding of the whole memorial area in lower Manhattan. Here's a picture of escalator. It's a huge, huge mall, indoor mall, and all kinds of buildings and offices, because it's an area known for trade, and we are still the leading trade country around the world. And in the bedrock of Manhattan, there were foundations for the old Twin Towers, and the museum displays artifacts that show where the terrorists hijacked 4 planes and killed nearly 3,000 people. And this is more of what we can see that's in there. You know, when those jets hit the Twin Towers, it was a gut punch to all of us. But for New Yorkers especially, the pain was unbearable, and it has lasted for years. Along with the devastating loss of life, there was a loss of confidence. Should we rebuild, and how? And the debate dragged on for many years. 15 years later, the World Trade Center site had been reimagined, and there's new life. Retail, restaurants, and a stunning, inspiring memorial with not one, but 2 beautiful large ponds reflecting memorial ponds. So there's a picture of the skyline now. How they're rebuilding. There are 7 large structures there now, and I can show you some pictures. First business to occupy one of the premises was called Schneider, which is a tenement very close to where everything happened with the center. And of course, when you go, you want to see things like the Brooklyn Bridge, and I want to see if I have a picture. I thought I did. In rebuilding, yes. We have something called the survivor stairs. And this allowed many workers to escape to safety from the North Tower as it collapsed, and you can see it. See the stairs there. This is visitors out in front of one of the memorial ponds that you can see. And they have different exhibitions. They have all kinds of history that you can see. You can go on your website and see many, many moving things. And I'm sure there'll be programs. I wanted to, on the 20th anniversary, focus more on the future and the rebuilding and the looking ahead rather than the devastation and the destruction. I have a story by one of our students called My View of Ground Zero by Bonnie Rader. In my travels with People to People, I had the opportunity to visit Ground Zero at 3 different stages of the memorial in New York City. The first time we were only permitted to stand behind a fence and gaze down at the excavation. It was an extraordinary sight, and I remember that too, with smoke still steaming up from still burning embers deep below in the ground. My next visit was with the second group of students. We were able to visit the reflecting pool in the area where the first plane hit. It was very quiet, and we could stand at the edge of the pool in a space that had been occupied by the first tower that fell. As we stood by the reflecting pool, we were mesmerized as we watched the water rolling down the sides into the pool. People milled about, and some rested on the benches near the pool. I visited again in 2014, and another reflecting pool was in place where the second tower had stood. Construction was underway for the One World Trade Center building, which would house the museum. I helped to check the students into an international diplomacy conference at nearby Columbia University. The students were from various countries and so excited that their children would someday be a part of this educational travel program. When I went to Ground Zero with this group of students during my third visit, a reflecting pool was on the side of each of the two towers, and the park space had been expanded. I was struck by the emotions of our students and other leaders of our delegation. Many of these people were New Englanders or from foreign countries, and some of them had known people personally affected by the tragedy. Some of the students were crying, and as our group moved on, we realized a few students had stayed behind and we had to go back and get them. The experience was very upsetting to them. This site is so significant in the history of the United States because for many years to come, it will be a place that people from all over the world will want to come and visit. Here's Bonnie with one of students from Egypt, and there is a beautiful picture of the towers and the skyscrapers as they're rising up. I think I have a book. Yes, I do. Be right back here. I want to show you this. This is a book I bought. I bought this book when I was on site. It's a history of the World Trade Center, 1973 to 2001. That's when we had it. And this is what it's starting to look like now. Of course, it's got even more towers and things built now. I remember taking our children up to the top of the World Trade Center. And here is what it looked like at the time of the collapse. You can see from the air how much was gone. But like I said, I want to emphasize more. For a long time, they had the light that goes up. And there will be light visuals the night of September 10th through the morning of September 11th. In our own area, you can do research and find those places also. But this is what it looks like now. Many of the towers that are back up, they call it Freedom Tower. All the way down, and there's reflecting pools and parks and museums. It embodies the spirit. And I want to wish you a very solemn but joyous rest of your week. And thank you for sharing these memories with me. And God bless you. And God bless our great United States of America. Bye, everybody. See you next week.